On October 31st, circa 1000 BC, long before carved pumpkins and candy, the ancient Celts of Ireland gathered to celebrate Samhain. It was a festival marking the end of the harvest and the start of the dark, cold season, the time when, they believed, the boundary between the living and the dead grew thin. For the Celts, November 1st was New Year's Day, and the night before, October 31st, wasn't a party. It was survival. But what did the Celts do on Samhain? And how did this evolve into Halloween? Well, imagine a night when the barrier between worlds disappeared. The Celts believed that on Samhain, the spirits of the dead returned to Earth, some bringing messages, others mischief. Bonfires blazed across the hills of Ireland as Celtic priests, known as Druids, offered sacrifices to protect their villages. When the fires died down, each family carried home a flame from the sacred bonfire to relight their hearth, a symbol of survival through winter's darkness. They dressed in animal skins and masks to hide from wandering spirits, the first costumes of what would become Halloween. Over time, people began to carve turnips, fill them with coals, and hang them from sticks. They called them jack-o'-lanterns. In the days leading up to Samhain, people would wear costumes and go door to door, singing songs to honor the dead. They would receive cakes as payment. These Samhain traditions spread from Ireland to the Celts of Britain and northern France. As Christianity expanded through Europe, the Church tried to reshape this ancient festival. In the 8th century AD, Pope Gregory III moved the All Saints' Day holiday from May 13th to November 1st, at Samhain time. Another word for saint is Hallow, so the night before became known as All Hallows' Eve, eventually shortened to Halloween. In the colonial South, a distinctly American version of Halloween began to emerge, with harvest celebrations that included play parties, where neighbors would dance and sing. They also shared ghost stories, participated in fortune-telling games, and even performed pranks. When Irish immigrants began flooding into the United States in the 1800s, they helped popularize Halloween traditions throughout the country. And a new practice emerged, carving the American pumpkin, rather than the turnip, into jack-o'-lanterns. What began as a solemn night of fear and fire has transformed into one of fun and imagination. Today, Halloween is a billion-dollar celebration of ghosts, candy, and costumes, but its roots still reach back to that Celtic night when the veil between worlds was thin. The Celts of Ireland couldn't have imagined that their festival for the dead would one day fill suburban streets with superheroes and sugar. Yet their belief that this one night a year connects the living with the past remains, because every flickering jack-o'-lantern still burns with the same light that once rose from those ancient Samhain fires. Here are other events that happened today in history. In 1517, German monk Martin Luther posts his 95 Theses attacking church corruption. In 1892, Doyle publishes a collection of short stories called The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. In 1926, Houdini dies 12 days after 2 punches to the stomach ruptured his appendix. In 1950, Earl Lloyd of the Washington Capitals becomes the first black player in the NBA. In 1974, an 8-year-old in Texas dies from Halloween candy that was poisoned by his father. In 2015, a bomb causes a Russian airliner to crash in Egypt's Sinai Peninsula, killing 224. In 2020, Academy Award-winning Scottish actor Sean Connery dies in the Bahamas at age 90. And now it's time for our Today in History quiz. What year was the Stamp Act passed? 1763, 1765, 1767, or 1769? Liked learning about the origins of Halloween? Then you'll love this one about Thanksgiving. Tap the screen to keep the story going on Today in History.